Hello, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Today, I'll be doing a review of the game Empty Head that you just watched me play through. I've actually already played through this game before, which is why you'll see me walking around and going straight into stuff and then saving and then loading back. Mostly that was just testing to see if other mechanics were updated. But this is a demo, so there are bugs, and that's well said for. I'm fine with that. I won't be going over any bugs because they're bugs and it's a demo. It's totally fine. But anyway, this game is called Empty Head, like it says in the title screen. The plot of this game, it says on the RPG Maker site, it says, in the small hamlet of the Elcador, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, lives the Baker family, isolated and almost inexistent for the townsfolk. Arnold, family man and lawyer with no fame, enters in a difficult time of his life between alcoholism and a falling apart marriage. His days began getting filled by drinking more and more, while his wife and their two children, Sarah and Thomas, started to get detached and cold. One night the two went missing. Desperate at the thought of losing them, he decided to investigate until, thanks to clues found in the house, succeeds finding a hidden passage. Lies, compulsion, and hatred are the summary of what underlies the ambitious Baker family. So basically what it's saying is you play as Arnold, the father of the family, and then you're trying to save your two kids who went missing, and that's what this whole game is about. But I'll be talking about ideas that I think that could help the game move along, as well as possibly different grammar. The author of the game, or the creator of the game, was actually looking for translators, but because I don't know their native language, I wouldn't be able to help with that, but I can help with like grammar mistakes when I see them. But that's it. I'll start a new game and start basically with what my idea was. So I like the intro over there. This scene I'm not a huge fan of, mostly because I think it's kind of plain and boring. I think if there was a little bit more to this, I know it's not the main thing, but I think it would give a little bit more I think it would give a better atmosphere if this game, or if the intro, if the intro to this game had like a court set up with a jury and then people beside it and other lawyers or whatever it was. I don't think that just plain text and telling what's happening is the best way to go, I think. Although it would take a little bit more time, I think it's worth the effort to put in that small court scene where it shows this little bit, because I just think it would give it a little bit more atmosphere, like I said before, for lack of a better word, atmosphere. I think it would just fit better than just a black screen and text. Let me go through this. Alright, okay. I also think that instead of having the player walk through this area, it would be a lot better to probably have a cinematic thing where it's just automatically walking your character home, but because I don't think there's anything around here that would actually be of interest to just, you know, walk around and see, because there's not a lot of stuff. Excuse my brain. There's not a lot of stuff that you can. There's not a lot of stuff that you can interact with besides the doors and the houses and stuff. I also think that the grass stepping animation is a little bit loud, but I guess that's more of an opinion than a whatever. Yeah. But like I said, I think the grass stepping animation is a little too loud. I think this is fine because it does look like you're walking over a tree. I think these are supposed to be bushes, and I'm not sure why I'd be able to step on a bush. Experience this in the gameplay, but that's for just tile stuff. So let's head down because I have another question about this. So when you come down here and you interact with Sarah, I think after what Sarah says, I think Harold should say something like, "What was that about?" Or if he understood what it was, I think at the very least, I think you should say like ... or whatever, because I think it would add a little bit more to seeing what he has to say, since we are playing as Harold. I hope I'm saying his name right. Right, so after that, I don't know if you wanted, or if the creator wanted us to come in and talk to Laura, because in the playthrough previously, you could walk straight past Laura without even interacting with her and go talk to Thomas. So I think if you want the player to go talk to Laura, I think you should mandatorily have him walk to the kitchen instead of having the player walk around. But if that's not what you intended, or if that's not what the creator intended, I think it's fine how it is. It was more just a thought, because I'm not sure if you wanted the player to talk to Laura and get that like side information before talking to Thomas. I do think there was this piece of information right here. I don't think Harold would share with Thomas, but that being said, I don't know. Did they state how old Thomas was? No, they didn't state how old Thomas was. Oh, whoops. Thomas, I don't know if Thomas is like a teenager. It doesn't look like Thomas is a teenager. I don't think. If he was in like middle school, I would understand that he wants him to study, or if he was in high school, I'd understand if he wants him to study. But it looks like he's still in like elementary school, so I don't know why he would be so fussy about why he wants him to be a lawyer, as well as I don't know why he would discuss about the less clients as usual thing, because like if he's having a rough time at work, why would he talk about his like frustrations to his child and not his wife? But that's just a little bit of information on what I thought. So have you done your homework? You don't need to do it anymore. So I'm guessing he's still a child, but old enough that he doesn't need to be checked on. You'll never find a job this way. I don't understand why he would talk about it, other than if he's just one of those dads who's always just like work, 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 and taking out his own job frustrations on his children, even though the child doesn't need to technically worry about finding a job until later on in life. Just go and do your homework. Right, dinner is ready. That's fine. So hungry. Right. There's a scene in here that I didn't understand. It wasn't the whole family talking, because I can skip past that. It was after the whole family is done talking, that when Arnold gets up, she basically just teleports invisibly over there. I don't know. I think I don't know if it would fit the scene better or not, but I think if you widened up this hallway that Arnold walks to get to the wine, and that you could have the wife walking up and into the bedroom instead of having her teleport, because I think that would look better aesthetically, because I think just teleporting around doesn't look realistic enough. And this is a game, obviously, but games like this you shouldn't just see the characters teleporting around. I think it would be better to see them walking to places instead of just, teleporting. But that's my thought on that. But if there's a reason why that happens, and I'm totally fine with it, it doesn't especially bug me. It was more just a thought that I had while playing this, because I thought, what Sarah does, Sarah walks over and talks to him, I thought that Laura should be able to walk over into the bedroom instead, because if he's supposed to talk to him after going to bed, then I also think, just like this one, I don't think Sarah should just be standing there either. I think Sarah should probably go back and sit down with Thomas, but I don't know. Just minor details that I think would bring the thing along. I think that Arnold here should have responded to Laura, because I don't think that him just sitting there not saying anything or not even having a dialogue box, it feels like we're playing a character who doesn't talk, but he actually does talk. He talks quite often, but it makes it feel like he has no response towards whatever it's saying. I feel like even adding a ... gives more to his character than not even having a dialogue box. And it's not that hard to include, because I mess around with RPG Maker here and there, and I'm making my own game. So I know the ins and outs a little bit of using text and stuff and integrating all that. So I don't think adding a single text box for adding that would be too hard. At least that's my opinion on that. So I also think I like this cutscene. This is what I was thinking of, for the intro. Just him walking in and, just Arnold walking in with that kind of cinematic walkthrough. But it could be a little bit too much, I don't know. This I wasn't sure about. I don't know why it's in random capital letters. I think if you had us install a different font, because I looked through I looked at the font folder to make sure I had all the fonts installed, and it didn't look like it, but I could be wrong, and I could have to go back and install the fonts. But as of right now, it doesn't look like there's anything that I need for that, and I don't understand why the random capitalization is a thing. It just doesn't feel right. I also really like this scene. It looks very pleasing to the eye, even though it's supposed to be blurry and fuzzy. This scene, or this upcoming scene, it's still kind of glitched. And I think after showing this to the creator, they might fix it, but I don't know if it's supposed to be there or not. It was because I had this problem when I first started playing it, but it was kind of fixed, kind of not. It was half fixed. It's in the original, or before the graphics update and before the demo update. There was a part where you could just leave the room and the music would start playing, but now you just grab the paper and then you're supposed to open it to hear it and then leave, but if you just leave, you hear the music. So technically I don't even need to read. Oh right. I completely forgot about that. Because, like, in my playthrough, I opened the thing late and then walked out. No, I walked out, then went back in and opened the thing, and then the ghost thing was not there anymore. So, I think that could definitely be fixed, but that's more of a time thing. I don't know. You don't even need to open the sheet of paper, so I think that was a kind of a mistake or a bug, because follow the melody, and it brings us here. And then we have passage. I think after activating, it should automatically move him and not let the player continue to move Arnold, but that's just me. Go down here, talk to Laura. Hey, so we go to talk to Laura. That was just children are gone in fantasy groups. This I don't understand. I don't know if it's more of the story, but it could be that I don't understand why Laura isn't freaking out that her kids. Ooh, excuse me. I don't understand why Laura isn't freaking out about why her kids are missing, even though he said just don't freak out. It's like, obviously a parent would freak out if their child has gone missing. She was like, of course you lead the way, and I'm just I don't understand why she was totally okay with it, and then Arnold was kind of hesitant about this. I also don't understand in this scene coming up where they're talking about this. Let's go, stay by my side, it's dangerous. How would he know it's dangerous if they haven't got down there yet? I think it should have said, stay by my side. It could be dangerous, because it could be dangerous means it's possible. It's not guaranteed, it is dangerous, it could be dangerous. So I think that changes the whole scenario a little bit better, or changes it a little bit more and makes it feel a little bit better, because obviously he wouldn't know that it's dangerous. It could be, but it might not be. So, no, I'm not too scared. You don't worry, stay behind me, nothing will happen. You trust me. And then he's this. I don't understand. I get that you want to have it sound like leave me alone, or like that she's like yelling it, but I think instead of putting those 3 E's, I think 1 E and an exclamation point would sound a lot better. And then having her run away as it's playing, as that text box is playing. Either way, that was my thought on it. So, on here, I don't actually have any problems with this. I actually really like the use of photos. The photos in here are really beautiful. I just love how they look. I also really like the creative use of numbers and photos. Oh. I didn't realize I have to look at all the photos for it to appear. Right, so I remember the code because I've played this multiple times. I was experimenting. So I think the most frustrating part about this is if you put in the code, let's say I got it wrong. No, you can't. I think there should be like a consequence to this. Like, you could die, or you get kidnapped, or something. Something. I think there should have been something. But, well, yeah, I think there should be at least something, like a penalty or something for this. Maybe not like a game over, but like a penalty. Right. 2, 2, 1, 2, 6, 4. this next one, I definitely think there should be a penalty because there's blood and stuff all over. I think getting this wrong should incite a graphic game over. But that's just my opinion. One. Alright, so guess the right one. I think because the right one is the beige one, I think picking any of the ones that aren't beige, I think it should incite like a game over punishment. Like it should have a small cutscene of being like him stabbed or killed or something, or however you want to do it. But I do think it should have something with the game over. Because that's right, and then you can move. We go to the next room. I understand that this character likes pitch black darkness, but I think giving it a little bit more light so the player can actually see what's going on would be way more helpful. Because I played the like demo as soon as it came out, and I could not for the life of me see what was going on. It was so infuriating. I can't even see what she looks like at this point. But, because I know it's a girl. Because I had to, like, get my face super close to my screen just to be able to see what she looked like in the beginning. I was just like, what is this? It's too dark. I think this is too dark. I think maybe a little bit lighter just so you can see the outline of what everything is would be better. Because as of right now, you cannot see anything except for the light being turned on. So that would help playability later on down the game. Just skip through all this because I don't have a problem with this mostly. Alright. The riddle I actually really liked. I actually had to look up the riddle because I played this and I kept dying. Because if you like answer incorrectly, you'll die. I'll just answer incorrectly because I don't have any problem anywhere else. That is incorrect, and then you get a game over. I'm totally fine with how that is. Game over. I died. But I think that overall is fine. I actually really like this game, and I would love to help this game, but I'm not good at translation. I'm not an expert at RPG Maker, but I know slight ins and outs, and I'm always willing to like Google possible different things, and I'm always testing. I'm actually planning on contributing some fan art to this game because it's so good. I like this game and I like the concept and I like where it's heading. There are just some little changes that I would like I discussed in this, I would consider adding or fixing little bugs here and there, but it's not a huge thing. It was more just, here's my opinion, here's my thoughts. It was not a full-on change this, change that. It was more just, this is what I think would fit nice. If you don't agree, that's totally okay. This is not my game, this is yours. Do it. Do whatever you want. It was just my opinion on what I thought this game was. Because I really like where this game is heading, and I cannot wait for the full game release. Because the creator actually came out with a post recently that said everything was between 60% and 75% completed. Everything else was like at 100%. So I think everything so far is pretty nice. Oh, whoops. Everything else, I think, looks nice. I think everything is going well. I think it's totally fine. So, anyway, that's the end of my review and my opinions, my thoughts and whatnot. Because I really do like this game and I can't wait for the full release. Like, the third time. But, yeah. Anyway. See ya next time, I guess.